Hey, peace and blessings, family. It is Rolanda Wilkins, Mama Ro, a lot of Miss Rolanda, whatever, Earth Mama Healing Special. I just have to tell y'all this, and I was just moved. I watched a certain part of a jurors meeting in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and I think for some reason some of us totally forget that, but enough of us remember, I believe, that we remember that we are in this fight because our ancestors were in this fight. And I'm not talking about your ancestor who just got here like 30, 40 years ago. I'm talking about those ancestors who were enslaved here through slavery, who built America, and why America is so freaking wealthy is because they had those hundreds and hundreds of years of enslavement of Black people. I want to share with you all two short videos. This is a PPJ special meeting. This is in Lake Charles, Louisiana. And I think sometimes in our rush to want to act like we've arrived and racing was yesterday, and now we have Black people in all these positions, that there aren't real fights going on. And not the fights that's like on front of the camera and we get to stand and do kumbaya moments. And in Lake Charles, Louisiana, these Black folks and others as well are fighting to have a Confederate statue removed. Now, we would think this would be simple. All over the country, they're removing Confederate statues. But for some reason here, people are fighting to not have it removed. And I think we got to really take a look at this. I think that the places where I don't agree with people, that's fine. But the places that we say we do agree on, we should have our eyes even on a little town like Lake Charles, Louisiana. To some people it's little, to some people it's big. But we should be just as in arms and up in arms about this as we do anything else. And our people in the South, just like up north and out west and in between, are fighting. We got to make sure we keep our eyes on that South and what's happening with our people down there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play this little piece.
Next we will have Darius Clayton.
I can hear this. This young brother here.
Mr. Clayton, would you state your name and address for the record, please?
My name is Darius Clayton, 2334 Orchid Street, Lake Charles, Louisiana, 70601. 48.74% of the city's population is African American, and we're still having discussions. This is my third time having discussions about something that is knowingly offensive. 6,500 Black men, women, and children were lynched between 1865 and 1950. Where are their statues at? Emmett Till was beaten and lynched in 1955. Why aren't we commemorating him in front of the courthouse lawn? If that statue stays, I vote that we engrave all 6,500 names on the statue. White supremacy is when a majority of the people come and we tell you exactly what it is that we want, and then you tell us what's better for us. You tell us what we ought to have. 15 years ago, my father was upset with the system. 15 years later today, I am upset. I have a 6-year-old son. In 15 years, he's going to be 21, and I'll be damned if I allow him to suffer some of the consequences that I have to go through today.
Yeah, I don't. You can't use words like that and everything.
If you choose to take down, if you don't choose to take down the statue, you're saying that you devalue us. You're saying that we don't have a voice. You are saying, what you're saying is we do not matter. And I can tell you this now. If you choose not to take the statue down, this is
30
not
seconds.
over. This is not over. This is just the beginning. I'm only 30 years old, and there's a group of people way behind me. We are the revolution. Take the statue down, or I promise you, it's going to be your fault what happens to the city afterwards. The revolution is coming.
Thank you, Mr.
Right
Clayton.
on.
Mr. Clayton.
So family, that's the first one, right? That is the first one. To see young Black folks stand up in their town where their ancestors are from and still fighting the good fight. Family, we owe it to them. We absolutely owe it to them to stand with them, to share these videos, and to figure out how do we support them. Because to be very honest, at the root of all of this is points to the South. And we have to make sure that America keeps her promise. You know, not in lip service, but we must do something. I'll show you this next part. This is the last speaker. There were other people who spoke too, but I'm pointing to some ones that I think we need to
State
hear.
your name and address for the record, please.
Javon Muhammad, 2000 Appaloosa Street, Lake Charles. I want to start out by giving props and recognition to the speaker before me, because I think that has been a story of the Black experience fighting for rights in America, is protesting and risking yourself and your body. And I want to channel that energy through John Lewis today, who always encouraged us to get into good trouble. And so I hope that this person before me will be okay. And I commend him for his actions, because that's what it takes. And that's probably what it's going to take. America was founded and built on slavery and racism. That's a fact. Every decision that has been made since the arrival of Africans was based in race. Here in the South, the greatest crime against humanity in American history was committed, and that's the crime of chattel, brutal slavery. And these are facts. Today, we are here to ask for the removal of the statue. Tomorrow may be a different story. It is offensive to stand before you in a city almost, if not half Black, and ask to be seen, to be heard, to be humanized. We have been reasonable and considerate today and throughout history. We've had to fight for every right we've got. America has never did the right thing because we asked. We asked for the statue to be relocated, not destroyed. And that was kind of us. We asked for it to be placed in a more appropriate setting, which is a museum. And there's precedence for that, because there are other races and ethnicities here who have history preserved in museums. Around the country, we are seeing symbols of oppression come down. And why is it so difficult here? Why are you treating those you call, whatever it is you call them, like this? If the Black people who have cried out to you have not been enough throughout this whole listening tour or whatever happened, maybe the voice of the young, brilliant white people who came before you will move you, because the world is changing. And you can be on the right side of history, or you can do your thing. But if you fail us this time, it will continue to move forward, and you will be challenged legally.
Ms. Muhammad.
You will not get away with this.
Thank you, Ms. Muhammad.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, family. So listen, that's my sister girl, Javon. As long as I've known her, she's always fought and did the right thing. And y'all, we gotta do a better job of showing up for each other. Now, if you're a person that's doing your work, you're good, but you know what I'm talking about. We know that, you know, activism to a degree has turned into jobs for people. It's been a way for people to catapult themselves into a dream of being a spokesperson for a group of people that you don't respect no damn way. It takes a lot of work to stand up in the face of a body, you know, a governing body who you know are racist, who you know won't help you. There's a few of us in there that's doing their best, but overall, y'all, we gotta keep our eyes to the South. We gotta see what's going on down there. We gotta remember our ancestors. And if you are a descendant of an enslaved person, you did not start off in California. You did not start off in Chicago. That's why I'm very clear and distinct. I don't do fake monolithic Pan-Africanist talk. I don't do that. We know our ancestors were enslaved in the South. So we just can't be up here doing the little corny stuff sometimes we doing up here. We got to make sure in the South that as those young people and other people in the South are standing up, we should be figuring out, how do we help them? How do we make sure they get as much coverage? You know what I mean? That we make sure we do what we can to let them know we see you. We appreciate you. Having any form of a Confederate statue is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I love when the brother said that you should engrave all of those 4,000 and something names of people who've been lynched on that statue. It is on federal property, which means we pay taxes on it. Why is it that we're in 2020 and Black folks are still fighting for very basic freedoms? And you want us to buy into a system with a symbolic gesture of a person who have melanin, when you know we're not getting justice like that. And you can't do very simple shit like take down a statue of a Confederate, whatever the hell he is. I don't even want to give him no kind of title. But we know that those are crimes against humanity. You know that. And we should all be outraged. We should all share that video. I shared it on my page. Y'all should watch it and share it, so you can understand there are still people just as brazen. Not like we see some crazy, cracker white people on the thing. No, that's not. I'm talking about when they're in systems of power and they shake people's hands who are elected here, knowing that they don't respect them at all, and knowing that they have the power to do right and they won't do right because they will never see you as an equal. They will never see you as a human being, even though we are the descendants of the original people. So it's like you talking to your parent. We got to do better. We got to do better because it was our ancestors that stood up for us. We didn't get this far because we was really that brilliant. There were some people who were very, very basic and struggling here in America who stood up when it wasn't okay. They didn't stand up when it was thousands of cameras on them. They didn't stand up when they thought somebody was backing them. Those are very scary places to be in when you're standing up, when we still have people who were stooped to murder because you want to be free and you don't want to be owned by them. Are you serious? Share this video. Y'all should have a lot to say about that. As we up here talking about fake unity, we should be in unity with our people in the South who are still fighting like hell for freedom. Who are in those places where you can walk in and you can still smell the stench of slavery by who's in power right now. We should be doing something more than that. And we all, if you're a descendant of an enslaved African in America, had ancestors who came through the South. And we should be outraged. And by the way, I don't think it passed. Did it, Javon? I think you said it didn't pass, which is crazy. See, here's my thing, y'all. Let me just be honest. What really pisses me off is that when you look at the history of slavery, the government, white people, whatever, white supremacy, whatever we want to call it today, had so many opportunities to get it right, has so many opportunities to atone, has so many opportunities to say, hey, this is built on an enslavement of a whole group of people and a murder and a slaughter and a straight out oh my God, some just brutal stuff that happened to people of African descent who came here as enslaved people. Not who came here as immigrants, no disrespect, but I'm talking about the root of what built America. You understand what I'm saying? There is something owed to these people and their descendants. There's something owed to them directly. And I'm not talking about going to your colleges, because that's not what I'm talking about. You owe us land, you owe us money, but more importantly, you owe us to treat us as respectable human beings. We fought in every war you have ever fought. It's because of the enslaved African who did everything he could and she could to get free, who are constantly trying to be the proud American so you would respect and love us. And each time you do that, all you do is say that, nah, nigga, you're always going to be the floor. You're always going to be my slave. That is always their answer. And black folks, I'm going to be honest, you're not going to sleep your way through white people. You're not going to live next door to them. It's never going to be okay. Because your actions reveal how your heart truly feels. I'll tell you one goddamn thing, you won't see a statue of Hitler sitting on the federal grounds. So why do you think it's okay to keep those Confederate statues up there? How do you not hear your black citizens? How do you not do that? I always say the Native Americans have given me something when they say we have signed over 500 treaties with the American government, white folks, and they did not honor one. Not one. One of the members or the community members there, some of them white crackers, I'm just going to be honest, because a cracker is a cracker is a cracker, had the audacity to say, if you see a Confederate statue and you see racism, something must be wrong with you. Are you out your damn mind? How dare you get up and somewhere and say something like that? How dare you? You are alive and thriving because of me and my ancestors. Because of what you did to a whole group of people that you continue to do to them. You continue to enslave us. You continue to lock us up. You continue to deny us our basic human rights. You continue to do it. You know, y'all, we done did everything you could possibly do to make America right and believe in the dream. We know that the dream is bullshit. See, can't nobody else come and tell me what the plan is. Miss me with that bullshit. My ancestors did all of that. All of that. We know that when our ancestors was toiling in that sun and being whipped and everything else, just, taking their language away from them, their culture, their God, everything away from them. And when they was praying that America will fall on her goddamn knees, those prayers do not change because I have a different position. Now, prayers never go unanswered. The universe always answers prayer. And what you got to ask yourself is where you going to be standing when the shit drops. Where will you be since you're not capable of doing the right thing? I say boycott all these motherfuckers. Don't buy nothing. Now you want to go off on black people, go off on the people who will not uphold that. Because those will be the first Negroes wanting to benefit when something comes through. They be the first ones up there talking that, yeah, we had to fight for this, and you ain't did shit. So I salute those people down in Lake Charles, Louisiana. I salute the young and the old and everybody in between. And the others who showed up to lend their voice and say, this shit is wrong. Take the damn statue down. You gonna wait till we really embarrass your ass? Just take the shit down, put it in the museum. Put it in the house with the rest of your racist shit. But you don't get to use our tax dollars to celebrate. I don't know no other group who would have to walk past the people who enslaved and murdered their people all damn day. I don't know no other group. That's why I don't believe in the of color shit. No, because everybody's not having the same experience. Black people are the only people in America who have to live with their captives, who have to just go along with the bullshit, who see symbols that are horrible, who have to just live in existence. No other group is having that other kind of experience. And never wants to give you anything that's really owed to you. Because you want to give it to other black people who just got here. Because somebody told me this once, that America will never give the descendants of enslaved people their just due. They're going to give it to the other people who they don't owe that are black. And if you think I'm lying, check the time. Check the time. So family, I showed those two. I pray to God, y'all. I really do. I pray to God that when you look at this whole meeting and watch it, I know it can be kind of hard, but watch it. I love when the young brother was saying the revolution is here. Goddamn right. And we should be right there supporting him. When he say the revolution is now, it is now. Wake your ass up. Get off the sidelines. Don't just show up when the battle is over. Don't just show up when there's benefits being handed out. Somebody had to die and be sacrificed for it to even be a benefit for you. I don't know about y'all, but I'm with my ancestors 24/7. I am my ancestors. I'm here for the fight. We should all be here for the fight. The same way you fight to watch bullshit on TV. The same way you fight for the madness. Get up, goddammit, and fight for the future now. Make sure they don't have to live, but they have to walk down the street and see that goddamn statue in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Right that wrong. Because I'm going to tell you this. Every time you deny us, you are charging up the universe. You're going to have our ancestors rising out of that grave in such energy that statue would just fall the fuck down and break to a million pieces. Do the right goddamn thing. And with that, family,